Over the past 2 years, Governor Andy Beshear and the General Assembly have granted $279 million to the Kentucky State Park System for renovations. State Park Commissioner Russ Meyer shared the details of this project.
We're moving right into the lodges, cabins, marinas, dams at some of the lakes at our state parks. Um, just a lot of projects, 44 state parks across the state. We just celebrated our 100th anniversary in Kentucky State Park. So, being around for 100 years, we've got a lot of repairs to make at Kentucky State Parks where we've aged and it's time to start reinvesting. And Governor Beshear realizes that and he's pushed for it and been a huge advocate for Kentucky State Parks.
Closer to home, Meyer described the specific upgrades Jenny Wiley State Park will receive.
Jenny Wiley State Park is getting approximately maybe a little more than $20 million in projects out of this money. As I said, the $12.5 million marina campground will be getting $3.5 million in renovations. So we will have, electric hookups, water and sewer at all the campsites, which will be extremely nice. And you can put this into perspective. When these campgrounds were built, the demand was a 30 amp hookup. Now it's a 50 to 75 amp hookup for the big, fifth wheel and the campers that roll into campgrounds these days. So we've got to upgrade with the times.
Other eastern Kentucky parks that will benefit from renovations are Carter Caves, Greenbow Lake, and Yatesville Lake, just to name a few. Work on the Jenny Wiley Marina will begin this fall and continue through 2026. People will still be able to enjoy the park's facilities during this time, and Meyer is confident the improvements will facilitate an increase in visitors across the state, which will be very beneficial to local communities.
And one thing that, we need to discuss that's important in our discussion is the impact that state parks has, not only throughout the state itself and the Commonwealth, but in the communities. It brings tourism, economic development, job creation, recreation, the quality of life that puts that piece in the puzzle that helps these communities succeed that our parks are in. Not only the community itself, but regionally. If a park is in a region of Eastern Kentucky, like Jenny Wiley is one of our I guess I would say your most impactful regional park from an economic standpoint, from a tourism standpoint.
Meyer explained that these renovations will also enable the parks in the eastern part of the state to continue providing services for those displaced by the flood.
The people of Eastern Kentucky have been hit extremely hard. The event in 22 was something like I've never seen, but the event this year, and talking to the people in the area, it's worse than the 22 event. The people of Eastern Kentucky have been hit extremely hard. Kentucky State Parks has been there for that region. We're housing people at Jenny Wiley, Natural Bridge, Cumberland Falls, Pine Mountain, Buckhorn has stepped up in a big way. We're offering shelter for the displaced families and 3 meals a day. So, and likely people will be there at some of these state parks for at least a year. They were the last time. And with this event here, we expect them to be there at least a year before they can get back to their homes. But I will say this about Eastern Kentucky. They are extremely strong people. And they get in there and get after it and help each other. I've never seen anything like the come together that Eastern Kentucky has. And when you see the hats and the shirts, Eastern Kentucky strong, it really means something to me personally, but to Kentucky State Parks as a whole, because watching the displaced families come in and get behind all the people in the community and the others that are hurting has been something special to see and be a part of. So we're uh, proud of that and what the small part that Kentucky State Parks has played in bringing Eastern Kentucky back from these events.
Reporting for Mountaintop News, I'm Robin Tillman.